Alright, welcome back everybody. This session kind of got a little messed up, and right now we are recording it post-commentary right now. Because we had a... how would you say it? The quality actually turned out really bad on the original one. We, I think in between our sessions, we downloaded Windows 10 on this computer because we thought, oh, it's been out for, I think, about a year, right?
Yep.
And so we figured all the bugs and stuff would be worked out. And we were so wrong. It caused the laptop to start lagging, and it made our video lag as well. I mean, I think you'll actually see parts in it where I was able to salvage the video, but you'll see parts in it where it kind of looks like it's trying to catch up, because I'm pretty sure it was because of Windows 10. But the audio I was not able to salvage at all. That went straight to crap.
Oh.
So we are going to be recording this post-commentary for probably the next 7 or 8 parts, I believe.
Probably, yeah.
6 or 7, somewhere around there.
But don't worry, we will still be talking about bosses and Stardust and all them too.
Oh, of course. Now, we are in Bale, finally.
Lavitz's hometown.
Yes. And we have to meet with the king in order to give him, or tell him what happened.
Yep.
Lavitz going to prison, and us saving him.
Like a debrief.
Like a debrief. There you go. A debrief. So, as of right now, we're just kind of roaming around town, finding Stardust, talking to people. I think we stop at the weapon shop and buy new weapons. We're gonna be here a while. I believe that actually this whole part is just us roaming around and finding Stardust and stuff like that.
Yeah, because there's a lot to find in Bale here.
Was there seven Stardust?
Yep.
I should probably explain. I think during this session we actually explained what Stardust did, so we probably should explain that. So you'll meet this person on the second chapter, I want to say. Her name is Martel. And for every Stardust you find, you actually... every 10 Stardust, I should say. Every 10 Stardust you find, you actually can get a different item from her. And they're actually really good items. I believe 10 Stardust, you get an HP plus accessory, which works really well. I think it's just HP plus 10%, but it really helps. All the way up to when you hand her 50 Stardust, she actually gives you an item to use in order to access a super boss in the game. But that super boss, you can actually access it before you get that item, but you just can't hurt him.
Oh, it gives you 50% more HP.
Wait, at 10?
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's 50. I thought it was 10. It's 50%. Wow.
And then at 20, you get one that doubles your maximum MP.
Okay.
30 gives you, or brings up SP by 50%. 40 prevents all abnormality status.
That one's really good.
50 allows you to phase Foost.
The super boss.
I didn't even know what I had the rewards on here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Stardust is something you really want to look out for. They're usually not that hard to find. I've noticed that. I think you'll see in this video too. I think there's like 2 or 3 of them that we find in a fireplace. That Dart literally just sticks his hand in the fireplace and it's like, oh, look, a Stardust.
Yep.
Huh. Why you would stick your hand in a fireplace?
And I think some of them are actually still lit too.
Yeah, I think all of them are actually. That's why it's like, well, why would you do that? Oh yeah,
He wants to burn himself down.
What we just did there, talked to that drunk guy. We gave him spirits because it's the only way you can get past him is giving the guy spirits, getting him more drunk.
If
to
he
get
wasn't
past
drunk
him.
enough.
Right? So I think I will be talking a lot more during this session because I have an energy drink. I haven't drank an energy drink in probably over a year. So I don't know exactly how this is going to affect me. But I think I'll just end up talking a lot more, which is good because we actually should be talking like the whole time during this.
Well, we're not playing, so.
Well, I mean, even when we are playing, I mean, we're doing a commentary, so I think we should be not having like pauses. Should be talking the whole time about the game, or I guess even random things like the Game Grumps. We watch them all the time, and most of the time they don't even talk about the game. They just talk about random things. I mean, on this channel, we will be spending most of the time talking about the game. Yeah. We will be, like, 90-95% of the time, but sometimes in order to fill time, like here, because we're just kind of roaming around, finding treasure and stuff like that, talk about, different things. Like, we have never, I think, over the course of, I think this is going to be our second game that's going to be live on YouTube. The first game was Mega Man X. We've recorded other ones, but this is going to be the second game that's going to be on there. I don't think we've told anybody about ourselves at all, have we?
Not really.
Yeah. So we probably should do that. First of all, that is Lapith's house. Can't go in there yet because he wants to go talk to King Albert first.
Yep. And there's Stardust in the well there.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, back to telling about ourselves. My name is Tim, if you don't know. A lot of people call me Thiggy, actually, because my last name, but that's why our channel name before was Thiggy's Dungeon, because it was basically just my channel and I was just putting stuff on there. But now, if you notice, we actually changed the channel because me and my brother here, James, we are doing all this together now. So we renamed it Second Player Fever. Yep. Because Second Player Fever, I figured it was a good title because we're playing one-player games with two people.
Yep.
Every once in a while we might play two-player games. Like, we're really into Resident Evil. And eventually, we want to play them in order, but eventually we're going to play like 5 and 6, so we'll probably play those together. So, it should be pretty fun.
So, are you just gonna like split screen that?
I think what we can do is, I still think we can do it on separate systems instead of split screening. But I think because you can use like a microphone or something, and I think when it goes through the game, it'll come back out and record your audio as well. We'll get to that. We'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a while, because we're going to have to play through the first 4 of them. But I'm still on the edge of if I want to play through Code Veronica or not. Because Code Veronica, it's technically supposed to be the third one. I don't know if you knew that. But when it originally was being made, it was originally supposed to be the third one, and Nemesis was supposed to be the side story.
Oh.
And then they switched it at the last minute because apparently it was too drastically... I guess it wasn't drastically different but they wanted the third one to still have influence from the first and the second one, so that's why it still takes place in Raccoon City, Nemesis.
Yeah.
Code Veronica does not. And I think that's why they changed it. So Code Veronica was the side story.
That takes place in... Oh, I forgot the first place, but I know it's Antarctica.
Yeah, and then there's that prison island.
I don't remember exactly where that is.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But I'm still debating upon if I want to do that, because that is considered a part of the main series. So, but I will be taking the helm of most of the Resident Evils, whereas James, on the other hand, he likes his Silent Hill horror games, so he'll probably be playing through all of them, right?
Yep.
What are some games that you're planning on playing in the in the future?
Uh,
for the
well,
channel?
you know, like of course, like you said, there are Silent Hill games.
Mm-hmm.
Think about doing some of the Devil May Cry games.
Oh, okay.
I love Devil May Cry.
You typically go more into like the action games, don't you?
Yep.
Okay.
I like action, but I also do like my turn-based RPGs.
Which we're probably going to be playing a lot of on this channel. So if you like role-playing games, subscribe to this channel because we're going to be playing a lot of them.
Like and subscribe.
Yes. We should be saying that more, actually. Maybe we can get more subscribers. It's like the magical word. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, a lot of role-playing games. Role-playing games are my favorite kind of games. Especially turn-based ones. Because it allows you... I like games that you use your mind more.
Yep.
Than just reaction. So that's why I like turn-based games a lot more. I mean, action games are fun. I like the first Devil May Cry.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
The second one was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't like that one either.
Don't play Devil May Cry 2. Ever. It doesn't add anything to the story, first of all. And second of all, it just... Oh, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just so bad.
But then the third one was... I actually like the third one.
That's considered the best one, isn't it?
Yep.
The third one, yeah. I've never finished that one.
Really?
Yeah, I've played it a couple of different times, and I don't know, I just stop halfway through, and I think it's because something good comes out or something, and then I start playing that, and then I forget. I'll have to go back and play it at some point.
I might have to play that for this channel soon, then.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's like a prequel to the whole story, so...
Okay. And then I have never touched the fourth one.
Oh, 4?
Yeah. I know that isn't there a different protagonist in that one?
Yes, it is Nero.
Okay.
It's basically on his last name, but...
Gotcha.
It's kind of like you play half the game with Nero, and then you go back the opposite way with Dante.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't start out playing as Dante, so don't expect it, you know. And then... Nero, yeah, she has a pretty cool ability. He's got the Deathbringer, which is kind of like a glove that he wears, and he can use it to grab enemies, throw them around, and whatnot.
Oh, okay. That premise kind of reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 2. Where you first play a snake in the prelude, or whatever you want to call it, prelude.
Yeah.
And then you switch to Raiden, but you play Raiden for all the game, but for the whole game. But it's kind of like a big switcheroo.
Yeah.
So. And then the remake, do you consider that the remake, the MC? Or is that just like I guess like a reimagining?
I would look at it as more as a reimagining.
Because I played like halfway through. Then I think I had the same problem with Devil May Cry 3. I mean, it's a fun game. I think I put it down for something else.
Like, what really caught me about that game was he had black hair when he was supposed to have white hair.
Well, didn't it technically, like, because it's a reimagining of the whole series, didn't it technically take place before the first one started? Isn't that why? Or am I wrong?
Well, I think it's just like a whole new universe now.
Oh, okay. Got it. Anyway, we're in the castle now. Still just trying to find stuff, talking to people. Same old thing. Nothing really exciting happening. There's a ladder. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So, for me, though, I think in the future, I will definitely... There's 2 games that are coming out here soon that I definitely want to play for the channel right when they come out. We might even interrupt whatever we're playing in order to do it because I'm so excited for them. Final Fantasy 15. September 30th it comes out. Hopefully they don't change it. I don't think they will, though, because it's been in development for 10 years. And I also heard the other day that they actually picked up this exact release date 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they just didn't want to unveil it to the public until last week. So,
But I like that event. That was actually pretty cool.
The Final Fantasy 15 event?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was amazing. They had 15 announcements for Final Fantasy 15. Coming out with an anime, which the first episode is up, and I watched it, and it's phenomenal. The only thing is, it's hard for me to get into subtitled.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Even though I've heard it was better, but it's hard for me to do it. But it's subtitled, but it's still really good. I highly recommend it. I don't know when they're coming out. I think they're coming out with 5 episodes. But I don't know when they're coming out with the rest. But they said it's before the game releases. And they're coming out with a movie. Apparently the movie takes place during the events of Final Fantasy 15. But it's a different story from Final Fantasy 15, so we'll have to wait and see. But both of us are huge fans of Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
And probably Square Enix in particular, because Square Enix just makes phenomenal games. Role-playing games. We're all about that.
Oh, yeah.
So, that one I can't wait for, and we'll be streaming that, or playing it right when it comes out. But then there's another one that comes out in a couple months that's made by Square Enix as well. Star Ocean. Star Ocean is, so good. If you like role-playing games, action role-playing games actually, because it's not turn-based, but it's...
Action?
I guess you could say it's action. I don't know. It's fully active. You fully control one character. I don't know if you call it an action role-playing game. I don't know. But it has, it's a sci-fi story. All Star Oceans are sci-fi. This would be the 5th one that comes out. So if you like sci-fi, space, stuff like that, it's definitely...
Which I'm a nerd about. I love space.
So it's definitely something to check out. If you've never played the series, Star Ocean 2 is my favorite one. It's on the PS1. That story to that game, it's so good. I don't want to spoil anything because we'll play it for this channel one of these days because it's one of my favorite games of all time. But if you're a stickler for graphics, and because it's an older game, which we are not, I don't think graphics matter.
No.
But if you're a stickler for graphics, I would probably play till the end of time.
Yeah.
Because although Till the End of Time is actually, well, the first one's my least favorite, but then Till the End of Time is right after that. Popular opinion states that The Last Hope, which is the 4th one, is the least popular one. But I really like The Last Hope. Oh, it's probably my 2nd favorite one.
I've only actually beaten 1 and 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The first one it's still a really good story because the main character from the 2nd one, Claude, it's actually his father's the main character in the first one, Ronix. And it just tells the phenomenal story about Ronix. And because in the 2nd one, they always talk about how he's a hero and all this junk, but they don't ever tell you why.
No.
But when you play the first one wasn't released in America until like 2005 or 2006 on the PSP, somewhere around there. So the first one we got was Star Ocean 2. So we were unaware of Claude's stepfather, just completely unaware. But then when you play the first one, it blows you away how he became a hero and everything. It's just the biggest disappointment from the first one was probably the final boss. He was so easy.
Way too easy.
I don't even think it took me 5 minutes to kill him.
You don't even have to be at max level.
No, you don't. Like, you can go through the game normally. I think that's what I did, because I don't think there's that many side quests in that game.
Not really.
And just nothing. Oh, I think the thing I like about Star Ocean as well, and it was not present in The Last Hope, so hopefully they bring it back in the new one, the characters. Because the characters, you can't recruit everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And
there's like 20 characters in total, and you can only get like 7?
It's something like that. I don't think it's 20, but it's close to there. Some people don't like each other, so if you recruit one person, you can't recruit another. I know in Star Ocean 2, there's a character towards the end of the game that you can recruit, but you only can recruit that person if you have an extra slot in your party, because you only can recruit, I think, 7 people. 7 or 8. So I love that. It's probably one of my favorites, but it was not present in The Last Hope, because The Last Hope, it was just, you have...
All your characters were given to you.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully they bring it back in the new one.
I like that, because it creates diversity and shows you how to use different characters.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, if you're more of a fighter type guy, then, you know, by all means, just recruit a bunch of fighter guys.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of mages there, too. The second one actually allowed you to pick your main protagonists. There's 2 of them, Claude and Reyna. They both stories happen at the same time, because no matter who you pick, you get a different beginning, but then they meet up like 20 minutes into the game, so the story actually plays out the same. But there's certain parts of the game where you separate for a little while, like in town or something, and the story plays out a little bit different, and you actually recruit different characters and stuff like that. So, highly recommend.
And if we do play that, we can do it where he plays Cloud and I play Reyna, or vice versa, to show the differences.
Oh, sure. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be kind of cool. I think we'll wait until, because it came out in Japan on the PS4, the remake on the PSP. And I'm highly confident that before Star Ocean 5 comes out, that it'll come to America as well. So I think we'll wait until that happens.
Yeah.
Especially since it has voice acting. Then we don't have to... Yeah. Oh! We finally made it to King Albert.
King Albert.
We spent this whole time talking about games we're going to be playing. And we finally made it. So now Lavitz is going to debrief Albert on what happened.
And how Lavitz was almost killed.
Mm-hmm. King Albert is like the nicest king ever, by the way.
Yep.
He just...
Even if you're an enemy, he will still take you in if you need shelter.
Yeah, we actually experienced that on one of the former parts that we had. When Lavitz told those people to come to Bale, and they were a part of the enemy. They were part of the enemy territory. That's where they were from.
Yep.
And he was just like, well, just come to Bale. King Albert is fine with it. It's better than being homeless. And then Lavitz offers them his home to stay at.
Yep.
It's like, really? You're just gonna trust them? Wow.
I don't know if I could be that trusting.
Right? So we pointed this out in the last part as well, or in the... when we originally recorded the session. But the guy in the black cape is behind King Albert.
From Frugal's Cat? For the Helena prison, sorry.
Yeah, when he was talking to Frugal. So, I don't believe... Well, no, I'm pretty confident that Albert doesn't know anything about him. But why is he there? Don't know.
No, nobody knows.
Yeah. And Dart, of course, is still babying Shauna, being like, "Oh, you can just stay here.
You gotta stay here. I can't let you die. Can't let my sister die." Well, Shauna's just like, let me come with you. I want to be with you.
Jeez.
You just can't see it.
I don't think there's an instance in this game where he stops treating her like a child.
Probably not until, like, post-game.
Yeah.
Which I'm talking, like, after the entire game's over.
Mm-hmm. And that reminds me, I really wish they'd make a sequel to this game.
They were trying to, but they canceled it for whatever reason.
Yeah, I know.
I hope they pick it back up.
So now they're talking about how the battle line in Hoax. So apparently the enemy, Sandora, is going to be attacking Hoax at some point. So we need to, or they need help at Hoax in order to prevent that from happening. So Albert is trying to talk them into, well, of course Labbit is going to go because he's Albert's knight.
But he's trying to talk Dart into going.
Yeah. And of course Shauna pushes her way into there. Which is good. It's just Dart just treats her like a baby.
She ain't a baby no more.
Minister Noish. So, Noish is from Tales of Symphonia, of course. Not the actual character, but there's the dog in Tales of Symphonia is named Noish. We're going to be playing that at some point too, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. I think Tales of Symphonia is... It's actually it's the second Tales of game. That I haven't played too many of them. It's the second game I played through. The first one was Tales of Xillia. That's the one that got me into the Tales of series. Which is weird, because I'm really into role-playing games, and Tales of Xillia just came out, what, like 3 or 4 years ago?
Yep.
But that was the one that got me into it, and then I started playing Symphonia, and Symphonia is awesome. And I dabbled in Tales of the Abyss. But that's
Tales of the Abyss is probably my favorite one, but...
Okay.
Symphonia, the very first time I ever played that was when we got the GameCube from Willie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I played it a little bit on there too, but I don't know, I never beat it on there. I didn't beat it until I got it for the PS3.
You know, I liked it, but I just didn't like to feel of the controller while playing an RPG.
Oh, the GameCube controller, yeah.
It just doesn't feel right for an RPG.
Right? Okay, so we're gonna stop. I think we're gonna stop the commentary here because they're gonna talk about the Dragon campaign. So we will see you guys in the next part.
Winglies ruled over all livers and used them as slaves. The enslaved suffered a terrible domination and injustice. Their anger turned to a flame of fury. Then a gust of wind blew throughout the lands, spreading the flame to a blazing fire. The wind was Emperor Diaz. 7 incarnations of dragons served the Emperor. Their bravery inspired people to take up arms. Thus began the Dragon campaign. It was a harsh war. Both people and Winglies suffered countless injuries and fatalities. After a long period of suffering, it was the humans who acquired the future. The Age of Humans